Hey, hey, hey.
Hey guys,
How's everybody doing? Hope
pretty
you're
good.
doing pretty good. How you doing?
Good.
You having fun?
Yeah,
All
it's been
right.
a while, huh?
It's been a while. Now we're back, and we just want to say welcome back to Community Conversations with Gary and Stacy. Pelotwe. Ooh, how do you say pelotwe?
Pelu. Wait, ooh.
That's
Lady's like,
fun.
ooh, that's so fancy.
All right, so that was funny. All right, so we just celebrated 18 years of marriage, 18 years of being married.
We are officially adults. Our marriage is officially an adult.
Yes, we can drive.
We can maybe drink.
no, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so 18 years of marriage. Let's talk today. Let's talk to the people. What do you think about? What's your fondest memory of our marriage? Maybe the wedding, but of our marriage. What's some of the fondest stuff
I
you've
can
got?
not really the wedding for me. I know a lot of people, especially women, grow up thinking like they have this plan in their head of how they're gonna have this wedding and what. I don't think I ever had a plan for my wedding, so I can't say wedding. Um, Fondest memory. Hmm. I'd have to think about that. I
Yeah,
don't have all of the bad answer right away.
yeah. I think there's a lot. There's like the birth of our children, the
That's a
travel.
that was beautiful and a lot
Yeah,
of work.
yeah.
A
the
lot of work.
travels, though.
Trips.
Yeah, the trips we've
Trips were
had. Hey, you remember the
nice.
time we were flying across the world with three kids that were all age 7 and under?
Hmm.
Good times.
Good times. But the good thing about it, they loved flying, so it wasn't like really really bad. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
just a lot
yeah,
of work.
yeah, yeah. But I think also like I think about the trips. I think about like back home in Botswana when,
Hmm.
some of the fun times that we used to have driving down to Gabs and all those
Hmm.
other places. Oh my goodness. The trip to Guyana.
Guyana was
Yeah, the
nice.
trips to
Guyana was
Guyana.
very nice.
Just me experiencing your country for the first time, second
Thinking that,
time, third.
so he's like, I know Creole. I can hear you guys speak all the time. But I mean, our Creole is a little bit polished.
Yeah,
So turning up in Guyana and hearing like a Creole
yeah,
from
and
on the streets.
yep. And then those
It's-
men say, back road, back road, back road, back road. And
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
stuff. But I think about like, yes, we've had challenges. We've
Hmm.
had challenges. We've had loss. We've experienced all types of stuff. We've had breakthroughs, challenges, loss, and all of that. So, what do you think makes a marriage to be able to go through all seasons?
I definitely think having Christ
Mm-hmm.
involved, and I think that builds your foundation. So you need to have a firm foundation. You
Mm-hmm.
actually know that you're in this. There's no way out.
Mm-hmm.
So not like as soon as something happens that's a little bit tough, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But just knowing that, okay, regardless of what happens, we're gonna have to make this work. We're gonna work it out. So Christ, the fortitude to stick with it,
Mm-hmm.
and just your ability to forgive.
Right. And I think a lot of people, when they talk about the successes of their marriage, they really attribute all of that to themselves. But I think for us, even I think this podcast will probably be called 18 Years of God's Faithfulness
Mm-hmm.
because I think for us, it's always been that. It's always we met through God. We were provided for even for our wedding because of God. We've built what we've built because of God. So there
Mm-hmm.
is nothing that we can really attribute to ourselves and think that we've got best, the best personalities,
Mm.
or
I mean,
we've done some work. We've done some work, but God has shown himself
mm-hmm.
faithful in everything that we've done. And I really want to take this time to really thank him for
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah,
Like he's been really good. We've accomplished stuff that I don't think both of us, even in our wildest dreams, we've ever
that's true.
thought we could. And just being married to, I think you're my best friend, but I don't know if I'm yours, but being married,
Yeah, yeah.
being married to
Tell you
somebody that
stuff like, guess what happened
guess what?
today?
But I mean, we've had moments where it's really rough, but I think what has kept it together is really God Himself.
Mm.
The foundation of this covenant marriage is really God, and I think we've really um, and I pray that He gives us many more. You know,
Mm.
I pray that He
Yes.
does.
Hmm.
So, what would you say to a person who, right now is feeling like that marriage is done? Um, Maybe they don't think they can be able to revive it for whatever reason, um, and they really want God's help.
I think where I think that's a good place to be if you're
Mm,
gonna really want to fix something, is to know, okay, I've come to the end of myself, and there really isn't anything else I can do. Um, and knowing that, okay, I'm gonna turn to God for help.
mm-hmm,
So that's the first step.
mm-hmm.
I think that you both parties need to be willing and involved.
Right.
Okay, you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. So both
Mm-hmm,
parties need to be willing and involved. If for some reason your partner is there
mm-hmm,
but they're not quite involved, it's beyond you. If you've talked and
mm-hmm.
you've tried to say, okay, let's try to work on this, now it's between you and God.
So what do you remember all the times we've said, okay, fresh slate. We've talked about, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're starting on a clean slate now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've started. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of God leading you and giving you the strength to always have a clean slate, especially if you're having some issues or conflicts or stuff like that. It's very important for the clean slate to always come back.
Yeah.
So you can't give up on your marriage, but like especially what Stacy's saying, if you're really willing to work on your stuff. So God is number one. Number two, you need to find yourself help.
Help.
You gotta find help. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that, because they don't want to share details of that marriage with other people, they don't really tell nobody. They try to do it by themselves,
Yeah.
and then, but if you've already hit a brick wall, what else are you gonna do?
Yes.
If you don't have no dynamite or nothing like that, what else are you gonna do?
Mm.
So finding help has always been a great thing for us, because when we actually hit walls where we don't agree, where like it doesn't look like we'd ever agree, uh,
It's just sometimes you get to a place where you can't seem to communicate to the point where you're hearing each other. Like
mm-hmm,
you're just getting your point over, I'm getting my point over, but
mm-hmm,
we're not moving
mm-hmm,
forward. So sometimes you need to have like a third party. And
right,
I mean, for us, it helped that we weren't really prideful in the sense that we're like, well, I don't want anybody to know what we're going
mm-mm,
through. I think when you get to a place where you feel like, okay, we need to make this better, we're not satisfied with what we have and
right,
where we're at, you kind of throw all that away
mm-hmm,
and you find not everybody
right,
and not anybody,
mm-hmm,
but a trusted individual who is able to be neutral and
mm-hmm,
not be on your side or on my side, but somebody that's able to be neutral and
mm-hmm.
listen and then advise you.
Somebody we call a referee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that a lot when you don't have that agreement. And also just basic marriage is spelled WORK,
Yeah.
work. You gotta put your work into it. Just like when we talk about parenting, you don't just start parenting. You gotta put some work into that. So it's very important. Even in marriage, you gotta put work. Great marriages don't build themselves.
Mm,
They're built by three people: you, God, and your spouse.
mm,
You band together, you work together. It's a beautiful thing if you do it right. It's a great thing if you do it right. So I think those are great points
mm.
for them to remember. What do you think?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agreed. We've had times when we needed someone.
Mm-hmm.
We needed a third party to be involved and
Mm-hmm.
not just come to just like you're saying, well, this person did this and you did that, but kind of examine
Mm-hmm.
yourself because it's
Mm-hmm.
difficult. In most cases, you always think you're right, I'm
Mm-hmm.
right, you're
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're able to examine yourself and say, okay, how did I contribute to where we are and
Right.
how can we make this better?
And that is very important. And you think about, even in scripture, when you think about King David, what made King David a great king was the fact that he could always be vulnerable. He could always say, Lord, oh Lord, I am sorry, I done messed up.
Mm-mm.
And I think that's what you need to have in a marriage. You need to be able to be honest and say, you know what, I've messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's good to be back.
good to be back. That's all we got to say to you. That's our story. Please make sure you subscribe, you follow us, community conversation on YouTube. We will put this also on TikTok, and you will follow us on podcasts, all the different platforms of podcast. God bless you.
Good being back. Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.